Hello viewers, thanks for watching Parties Extra, brought to you by Party Galaxy. Patrick Raglow, Catholic Charities Executive Director, Lisa Chamberlain, Program Director for Sanctuary Women's Development Center, and Damon Britton, Associate Director for Family Services, are here today to tell us about the Green Tie Gala. Welcome, you all.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Well, we're just so glad you're here, and thanks for coming in to tell us about it, which the party is March the 8th, and we have our own Chris Ream as the honoree, I guess. So tell us about that.
Well, absolutely. The party is called the Green Tie Gala. We're delighted with the support we're getting from the Skirvin Hotel. It's going to be a beautiful and fabulous event. Fortunately or unfortunately, we are nearly at capacity. About 400 people will join us. And Chris Ream has accepted the honor in order to showcase the services that our agency does in support of women and women with children that are facing homelessness across this community.
Does everyone wear green?
It's going to be about 6:30 in the evening. In many places they call it a black tie optional event. In our case, it will be a green tie optional. Kelly Green, cummerbund and tie or whatever. And if you need some assistance sourcing a green tie, please let us know. We'll be happy to help you out with that. But it is a celebration of the Irish support that we have had in this community, a little bit of Irish heritage, and the opportunity, again, primarily to focus on the women and children that the event so generously supports. More than 75 community agencies and friends and sponsors have donated already to the event in support of more than 1,400 women that we have served in the past year. In the past 3 years, the number of women that have come to Sanctuary grew by 300%, 3 times the number that we started with 3 years ago when it opened. So it's a hugely important event. It's a lot of fun. At the event, we're going to have music. We're going to have 3 different types of meals. There'll be meat dish, fish dish, and a vegetarian option. And there will be music during the event. There'll be an auction. There's a silent auction, a live auction, and there will be...
And good prizes too, I think. Is that right? Uh-huh. So what are some of them? Do you all
There's a tremendous list of prizes. Thanks to the many people, there's going to be 4 terrace suite level tickets to Justin Bieber's sold out concert, and dinner for 4 with that event at Toby Keith's Bar and Grill. The Cattleman's Restaurant, they'll have a blue ribbon steak dinner with 8 with one of the local dignitaries in the Archdiocese, Father Jacoby. We've got a set of season tickets to the Oklahoma City Philharmonic, sets of 6 shows, 4 seats, and dinners at such places as the Metro Wine Bar, Flint, Cafe 501, Museum Cafe, Stella's, and the La Baguette Bistro.
So Lisa, tell us about the sanctuary and give us the formal name.
Well, it is called the Sanctuary Women's Development Center. We have been in existence since April of 2009, so we're going on our 4th year. We serve homeless women and their children. We are a day shelter that is designed for the women to be able to come in off the streets. The emergency shelters tend to put the residents out during the day. And the concept was for us to be able to serve the women without having to worry about their safety. So we wanted to have a safe, secure place for them to come into, so they can have the opportunity to plan their next step. We do have day services and case management services to assist them with whatever their needs may be.
What about the Holy Family Center? Is that part of this too? Do your proceeds go
to
that?
The proceeds are from the Green Tie Gala are going to benefit all of our homeless services programs. And the face of homelessness is kind of a spectrum. Most people driving down the street see somebody standing on the corner with a sign, and that's what they associate with homelessness with. Right. Or they drive past a shelter and they see some people outside, and that's what they associate homelessness with. But really, homelessness could be, we just had a lady who was living in her car in Yukon, with her teenage sons because she got evicted from her house and didn't want to take her kids out of that school system. So she was staying in the car instead of going to a shelter.
Right.
And she didn't want to send her teenage boys into the men's shelter. She wanted to keep the family together. And so, Catholic Charities tries to offer a continuum of service, sanctuary being one of the pieces of the continuum. But we have a rent and utility assistance program because we feel we can prevent the homelessness by helping somebody with the rent, if they're behind on their rent or behind on a utility bill, we can keep them from becoming homeless. And through our experience, we've learned that it costs about $1,000 to $1,500 to get somebody back into housing once they lose their housing. By the time you pay rental deposits and first month's rent, electric deposit, gas deposit, some furniture that you've lost because you got evicted and no place to store it. If we can pay that $200 up front to avoid that cutoff and keep them in housing, it's a much better situation for them. But when that does happen, and we know it does, we have places like Sanctuary to help people who are on the streets or in the shelters or in their car or on somebody's couch.
Right.
But then we also offer Holy Family Home, which is a residential facility for women and their children.
Where is that?
It's out in Midwest City. It's a beautiful facility. We just reopened it under a new program last August. We have the ability to house 4 families, moms and their kids, and we also have the ability to house 8 single women. And they receive case management services there, just like at the Sanctuary and some of our other programs at Catholic Charities. And they work with the case manager, they set goals, and then each goal has action steps with dates to achieve that, and the case manager and the client work together on those goals, and with the ultimate goal of housing and self-sustainability.
Right.
And then our last component of homeless services is our transitional housing programs. And so the Holy Family Home is residential 24/7 facility. We have staff on site 24/7, and so the clients and the staff work together quite a bit. Our transitional housing is independent living. There's nobody on site. The case manager meets with them on a regular basis, but it's more independent living. One more step to self-sufficiency. And then
Thank you all for coming in to tell us about the event and for telling us about Catholic Charities. You all do an excellent job with all your projects.